a stronger education system, a better prepared workforce, a system of justice that lives up to its name, and safer neighborhoods all across our state.
Education, justice reform, health care, those were just a few of the topics in Governor Bill Lee's first State of the State address.
News 4 political analyst and MTSU professor Kent Syler is here again. Thanks for joining us, Kent. Thanks. All right, you listened to the governor's address. If you had to rate it on a scale of, say, 1 to 10, what do you give him?
Well, I'd give him an A, so I'd give him an 8 or 9. And, you know, I thought he was good, and I'll tell you why. He called for unity, and then he put forth some proposals that both Democrats and Republicans can agree on. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do in his campaign. So there should be no surprises on anything he proposed.
Well, and it's interesting that you bring that up because during the campaign, he had a lot of different ads that he ran on television. And in the last, month and a half that he's been in office, he's been trying to deliver on some of that. Did you see any bits of what his promises were in the campaign tonight in that speech?
Oh, yeah. You've had from criminal justice reform, vocational education, even vouchers, which is going to be the most controversial part of this plan. He said he was for them. So now we got to get back and forth and argue it out. And even though it's a small group of counties right now, voucher opponents are going to think, well, that's foot in the door. And so there's going to be more controversy about that. But there was also a lot for public education in there too. So.
Yeah, so when you're listening and you're talking about public education, you're talking about the vouchers, and obviously this is something that's been kind of, I don't want to say a thorn in the side of some people, but it's been a hot button issue here for quite some time. What are the hurdles he's going to have to overcome?
Well, he's got a 3-to-1 edge, Republicans versus Democrats. So he really has just got to convince his own caucus. Now, you get outside of, urban areas see vouchers a little differently. Suburban school districts like Rutherford County, Williamson County, where we have all Republican delegations, but those are strong public school counties. Some of those boards have already said, we don't want this. So convincing these Republican friends in these adjoining counties and others will be the big test.
Let's talk about mental health, because it seems like the governor's willing to maybe commit a lot of money to helping in this, I don't want to call it a fight, but as we educate more people about the issue.
Yeah, a lot of things for mental health. And again, all of these things are kind of a start. But you looked at, addiction. You looked at trying to keep some people who are dealing with mental illness out of the prison system, alternative courts and sentencing. So there are things in the criminal justice system, something he talked about in the campaign as a mentor to a prisoner. There are things there that you can see he learned while he was doing this volunteer work.
Of course, there's a whole lot more on the table, but we've run out of time, as we do so often.
We do.
Kent, thank you so much for joining us again. You can actually read more about Lee's State of the State address. We've got all the highlights on our News 4 app and, of course, WSMV.com.